Hello, hello, hello. This is Arnel Tanyag with Tanyag Company. I'm welcoming you to Dear Arnel Week 2 of Video Blog. This is a video blog I do for every Friday a.m. So basically what it is a series of questions that I ask myself and just basically share knowledge, expertise, connections, recommendations just to help you in business and life succeed. So that people ask me, what's the purpose? Well, I just know I've been doing business coaching, training, consulting, advising for 25 plus years. And I know people only remember you from their experience. It's good or bad, but they don't know what you're doing differently, what's new, what's going on, how you help people. So I do this so it allows me to be relevant to what's going on. Because people remember me back as in the BNI director, BNI days, a networking guy, referral. I mean, man, I did a terrible job explaining people what I do. But I've heard people like me. They know I'm generous and kind, but they don't really know what I do. So that's been a disadvantage. So I believe and have faith and hope that with this addresses that. And also I want to share my 25 plus years experience. I don't think people know that I'm also a registered nurse, Bachelor of Science from Old Dominion. It took me 10 years to graduate college. And so people, why'd you pick nursing? Well, I kind of fell into it. I was in a dental hygiene program, didn't really like it. Went in nursing, stuck out to it. And I graduated out of nursing. And I really wanted to do business. But, when you come from a first generation Filipino Asian family, you're either going to be a doctor, lawyer, CPA, the professional white collar, and then if you don't do those three, you usually become a nurse. And so I became a nurse. And I think Joy Coy talks about every Filipino doesn't know they grow up to be a nurse. I was one of them. And it's funny, my sister's a nurse. She's an IC nurse. And my other sister is a physical therapist. Love them both. But it's amazing how Filipinos go into the medical field. And a lot of us, didn't know there's opportunity to do business. And then a lot of thing is, in the last 25 plus years, I've seen it all. I mean, I've seen experiences, either I've gone through it myself, I've seen other people go through it. So, my role is to just pay it forward, share tips, resources, ideas, connections, recommendations, just to help the next generation or help people in general. So the question today, people talk about, Arnel, what's going on with the hiring process? The biggest complaint most people have today is like, I can't find good people. Or if I have good people, why aren't they developing, doing that? And, today we're going to talk about the hiring process. And I think this is my experience, and I could be wrong, but this is what I've seen. People hire, I call the old way of hiring, where you put an ad on Indeed, you get a bunch of resumes, and you look through the resumes, you think, what you like. You have them come and sit in with you, big group, you flesh it out, and then you think you like this person, you may ask some questions, and lo and behold, you give an orientation. So it's either hit and miss, either very good or not very good. I think it's a really terrible situation, because if they, and I call them lukewarm employees, where they work great some days, and other days you're like shaking your head, right? And what's worse is, as an owner, you want to let them go, but you don't. You should let them go, but you don't want to let them go, because you're like, oh my God, I got to do that work. So I see that. So they're actually held hostage to that, because they don't have a process that vet. Their old saying is you hire slow, fire quickly. People in business don't know how to hire slow. They don't. They're hesitant to fire quickly, because I got to do that work. I got to do work, and they don't realize it really beats them down mentally, emotionally, hurts their confidence, affects the morale of other employees. So the blind spot is sometimes they don't know what they don't know, and if they think they know, when's the last time they actually verify, checked, is there a better way? And I belong to, I'm one of the MAPS business coaches, Business MAPS training coaching, and one of the things that they do extremely well that I'm just amazed of, that I think it's one of their secret weapons that separates them from any other business coaching in the world, and the best in this category, is they are very good of recruit, hire, train, and develop talent. It's the best thing I've seen over the last 4.5 years with them. And the clients I currently, like, my longest client's been with me this year 4 years, and last year we helped them hire 3 key think 3 or 4 key leaders in their company through this process. So, uh, in business maps and coaching, they have a strong leadership team. Abe Street, the CEO, J Lo, Director of Operations, Derek Sweppy, Director of Growth, and Logan. These are our phenomenal leadership team. They're phenomenal. And so I'm going to share with you. They have this course, online course. It's called Leverage Leadership. It's a 6-week course, and it's designed to find, train, lead, and retain. And what makes it usually different is, from everything I've seen, is you develop a role profile. You figure out your top 20% of that role, what's the non-negotiable, and the 80%. You create a 30, 60, 90-day plan. Then you actually tie in a 401, which is key performance indicators that are tied into the annual plan. And then what you do in this leverage leadership, it has a test that it's called an NPA test that allows you to determine if the person thinking behavior trait fits in that role. And it's amazing. I mean, when we hire people who are their thinking behavior, that's their strengths, their thinking behavior fit in there, they do extremely well. Now, they have different levels of talent. They go potential, emerging, and proven, but they have an art and science around that I've seen over the last 4.5 years. And the clients who use this process are just blown away. And a lot of times when I'm coaching our current owners and we're trying to figure out if the person's working or not, this, and that, and what we find out is because we're evaluating the person more on our feeling, but we don't have data. So one of the things that they do really well that I see is gather the data. So I know it says if you want to buy this online class, it's $250. I mean, the only reason this is the only thing I could find that they mentioned. And so if you want to buy, great. I would recommend that you talk to a coach. It doesn't have to be. MAPS has a lot of coaches are very good at hiring. Talk to them. Because think about it, and I don't know if this statistic's true, man, you can spend $40,000, $50,000 in the first year hiring somebody, and then the following year you firing them. So all that time, money, resources wasted. What's an investment of having a coach at, $12,000 a year help you hire this person, right? And lo and behold, that person stays for 7 to 8 years. And during that whole time, they build a team, they help you hire and train other people. I mean, exponentially, that's what they call leverage. You leverage yourself out of your role you're now to a higher role, and you build other people to lead. So they do a phenomenal, this whole process is phenomenal, because I have current clients right now that when we hire, we go through this. I've even actually had people have actually hired me to basically hire off Indeed using some of this process. And I've created an Indeed hiring service that's been done really well for existing clients. And then some people just hire me for that. And it's powerful, because if you can hire talent, train, and lead them and find them, and they're attracted to you, it's amazing. I mean, you can grow your business, you can exit out of the business, you can scale it. Because eventually, what I've known from my experience, you have to train leaders. And I haven't found anything except through MAPS Business Coaching and Leverage Leadership that it is. And I'm passionate about this because, when I was attracted to MAPS Business Coaching, majority of the coaches they have are very successful team leaders at brokerages at Keller Williams. I was never an agent. Now, I wanted to be a MAPS business coach, but they didn't have business maps at the time. I looked at it probably 12, 13 years ago. And they said you had to be an agent type producer. And I didn't want to be an agent. I was like, I don't know. Love agents, love real estate, I love realtors. I just don't want to do it. I mean, could have been probably if my mindset was different. I just wanted to coach and train. So when a local gentleman, Keith Hinton, said, "Hey, Arnel, come check this out," I did. I got in, paid the money. I believe the Lord helped me prepare the way, and I enjoyed it. And I share this resource because all my clients who want to grow and get out of the day-to-day and build a team, expand to the next location, this and that, they have to build leaders. And when I find out a majority of them are struggling doing it because they're learning how to be a leader. How do I become a leader and develop a leader if I've never done it before? So the thing is this, what this does helps you have a development track to, find, training, lead, and train. And they've been doing this for years under Keller Williams. So now, and other companies that are under that umbrella are using this. The beauty of having a coach, because he or she can help you work through that a lot faster, quicker, help you become that leader you need to be. Because I think it's really hard to be a leader when there's not a track or development process to follow and you're kind of stuck in your head. So I'm gonna go back to this, is that if you're thinking about hiring, I would encourage you to look at mymaps.coach. If you're interested, let me know. I could connect you to a coach because I have an unlimited supply of great coaches out there. And if you're not, if you want to do it on your own, you can always do the leverage leadership. I'm just gonna tell you right now, even if you buy this, I still call coach because you may not truly understand the nuances to how to make this work. I've been working with MAPS for about close to 4.5 years, and I've hired before, but their hiring process through leverage leadership makes it amazing. All right, and then the other thing too is I've combined that and with another resource I'll share later that has helped me hire off Indeed. So we have a process that helps people hire off Indeed, and then once we hire off Indeed, they go right into leverage leadership, and then they're worked on training them to be very successful. Question number 3, people, they ask me, hey, Arnel, why do you talk about referrals? Well, that's my jam. That's what I like to do. I mean, my business is built on referrals. I mean, I get a solicitation all the time, referrals going to dry up, referrals. Not really. I think it's an art and science, and I got to give credit to Michael J. Mayer, who wrote the 7 Loves of Communication. I'm one of his certified referral trainers, and I've been working smarter, and really have better mindset to really figure out how do I dial in referrals for business coaching, B2B. Because my average clients start out anywhere from $1,250 a month to about $3,000. It could be 30 minutes to an hour of coaching. And when you're going after people who can invest into that, you're looking for companies that are doing anywhere from 3 to 5 million, 10 million. And so it's not always easy. And, most people don't refer coaches, because referring coaches is seen as a weakness. So you really have to be able to come up with a different perspective. And I always tell people that they don't look for coaching. They first they have to decide. The first thing they have to decide is are they willing to invest in themselves to help them work a problem or challenge? If they are, have they ever thought about coaching, business coaching is, the right, solution or the right resource for them. And I talk about referrals because, if you get people to refer you or call, favor, and introduce you, there's a greater chance of closing. You still have to have a sales process to close that. But at the end of the day, referrals is gold. Now, what I'm talking about today is the question is about the messaging about referrals. I see very few people have consistent messaging about referrals. And messaging to me is that how do you let people know that you have built your business, that you are currently building your business off referrals? How do you let people know that you're a giver, but you want to give in order to receive? Versus you hear a lot of people say, I'm open to referrals. I'm a referrals. The biggest compliment is giving me referrals. Well, when you hear that, that really talks about you. But how do you, there's a law of reciprocity. If you give, you order to receive. You sow now. If you stay positive, it'll come back your way. So, and giving is a natural part of life. But how do you do it? How do you let people know that Michael Mayer calls it, you're a generous giver and appreciative receiver? So the way you do that is it's around your messaging. So let me give you an example. I'm going to pull up my Facebook page right here. And, we have this, I do this once a month. It's called the Referral Networking Challenge. I send this email on my business page, personal page, and my LinkedIn page. It says, my referral network challenge is to give 10 high quality referrals to receive 5 high quality. What do you think? So every week I post this out on the social media channels, let people know that I'm referrals. I even post this out on my LinkedIn, and I get solicitation from people like, referrals are going to dry out, referrals are going to dry out. But to me, what's important is I'm looking to figure out this referral communication plan for people in the B2B space, people in business to business. And so this is why I love what Michael Mayer created is give 10 high quality referrals and receive. So it shows I'm a giver in order to receive. A lot of if you ever read the book Adam Grant by Give and Take, there's a lot of selfless givers. They give a lot, but don't get out in return. And there's a lot of matchers who get business. There's a lot of people get business, but they don't always give back. So I believe the messaging should be always around, this month I give. And then I have another one where I sent out this week, which is, I dive in the first quarter, probably sent 10 quality referrals. So each week. So this really should be not 10. I mean, my ultimate goal is to give 120 and then receive 60. So a year, so that's 5. So I made a mistake here. That should be for divide by 4, probably 2.5, or and then 1.5, something like that. So it's interesting, but even when I made a mistake, it does tell people that I'm a referral giver. My referrals are my lifeline, my business growth. I'm fueling success through general connections. I'm not just sharing about shit. I'm eager to receive too. So what are your goals? So it reminds people I'm a giver. I've actually had people come reach out to me and say, hey, man, let's get together and figure out, because I do want to help if it's possible. I can't guarantee. I mean, I'll do my best. I believe my mindset's been better. And so the whole idea is you want to let people know, and I tell people this, you want to let people know through your messaging, I give referrals, so and probably high quality receive referral goal. And I send out something every single week. And the reason I send it out every single week on my social media channels is because I really want people to know that I am a referral business, that I give in order to receive. Most people just ask, I want to receive, but they don't talk about giving. So if you want to be a referral-based business and you're built on values of generosity, appreciation, love, any of those, you really need to do your messaging. And the messaging should be what's my referral goal? And it should be sent out every week, 2 or 3 times on different social media channels. You should ask people, what's the referral goal? I mean, even in your business plan, you should have referral goals. And you let people know, hey, I give this, many, that. Because what happens is it tells people like me that you're very serious, that you're really committed to doing this. Most people don't know how to build a referral-based business, but they do love your referrals. But the challenge when they love your referrals, they don't know how to get back because they're not leaning in and they're not sure how to do it. So, and it's okay to some extent, but it's very frustrating when, if you don't write a plan for referrals on giving and receiving, how you're going to get it back, especially when you don't know the activity. So the way to resolve that is, I always tell people is just tell people I'm going to give in order to receive. And if you look at the Facebook page right here, all this, these are great weekly reminders to your network, social media, people that I am a giver. Here's what I do. Like I send a newsletter out once a month. I started doing this year where I let people know that, hey, I want to be, I want to give this many referrals and that. And here's some questions about, here's what you're looking for. Here's what I'm looking for if you need any help. And then turn, here's what I'm looking for. And it's very interesting. I did that last month, and 2 or 3 people came into me and said on the email, hey, Arnel, who do you know this, know this? And I was able to give 2 or 3 referrals just because of that. Because I positioned myself as a giver, but I also told people, if you know somebody in there, please let me know and talk about it. And it was okay because I have built the message that I am a giver, and this is how I give. Now, question 4, we talk about leverage leadership. I talked about that, and it's that resource here that I love. And so this is a resource that I mentioned earlier that, if you're really looking to hire and train and bring people on board, you should look at this leverage leadership. It's very, very powerful. It's a resource. It's a 250. You can do that on your own. I would recommend just go talk to a MAPS coach, a MAPS business coach in training, and say, hey, look, I heard you guys do a great job of hiring. I heard this video. Can we talk about it? I'm not an agent, but I tell you what, my clients who use this, like I have a client right now that does interns, and she's different aspects of the leverage leadership to hire interns. And she said, Arnel, in the last 3 months, she's hired some great interns. And we do it through the testing that MAPS recommends. She's getting superstars in interns. She's getting people of capability who want to do more and want to do more work. And it's amazing. Before, she would hire a bunch of interns. She's like, Arnel, these people don't want to work. I'm like, well, did you test them? What's your hiring process? And she showed it to me. I said, well, how do you know if they fit in the right role? What kind of questions you ask? She goes, well, she had me look at her hiring process. I kind of tweaked it because she's a client. And she's like, I'm getting better people. And the reason I recommend this, because look, as a business owner, we want people who are capable, not just to fulfill the role, but want to do more. And we want people who want to be leaders to train other leaders. Everybody goes, how do I move up, move up? Well, if you have leverage leadership, you know how to train, lead, and retain. And they have a whole bunch of different processes under this leverage leadership system. Why not? And so if you're thinking about accessing a resource, you can go here, right? Training with MAPS to leverage leadership courses, right? Or you can just send me a DM, say, hey, Arnel, I'd like to talk to you about that. And I can send you the link here, or I can just send you to our director of growth, and unless you want to talk to me, somebody, hey, I want to talk to you about help me hiring. I mean, either be me or somebody here, but I would not, wait too long in this, because the bottom line, I tell you, it's a phenomenal process. And I've used the leverage leadership in helping clients hire people. I even had people, hey, can you just help me hire somebody? And I was like, oh, let me look at it. So, and it's because hiring right now is one of the pain points every owner has, and they haven't been able to, they don't know what they know, but what I've known over the last 4.5 years and what I've experienced and what I've seen as success, leverage leadership is the best system out there to, again, to find, train, lead, and retain. And it's best to use someone who uses that constantly all the time. And Matt's Business Coaching is, and I used it. So even if you don't use a coach, you can use the information your own, and it's powerful. Question 5. What's a quote? The quote is basically, "There's no failure. You win or you learn. Either one is okay." That's by Gary Keller, and I truly believe that's true. I mean, in growing a business, you're going to win or you're going to learn, not fail. And if your mindset's correct, you're learning to not do it again. Or we talked in Positive Intelligence, it's like, what's the gift of knowledge you're learning, versus what's the failure. So there's no failure, you win or you learn, and either one is okay, because if you're winning, great, but it's even better if you learn, because you can learn not to do it, or what process, what mindset you have to. So that's a powerful quote that Gary has, because to grow, scale, or exit, you're constantly having to win, but more importantly, learn. So lastly, the call to action. If you need any help with your business, please let me know by commenting below or sending me a DM. I'll see if I can help you. Hey, remember, a lot of times I may not be the right resource for you, because you might not be able to commit the time, money, or resources, and it might not be the right timing for you, but I will do my best to connect you to whatever the best resource is. I just want an opportunity to figure out how to help you. And then lastly, I just want to take a moment and just thank you for listening and watching this episode of Vlog. This is week 2, where we talked to Ben again about leverage leadership, great resource. We talked about the messaging and referrals. We talked about your hiring process, and how leverage leadership would be the best part. And we talked about why it's here. So I hope this is very helpful. And I'm just sharing what I know and what I experienced, so that people can make less mistakes, or at least know there's somebody out there they can go to that can give them practical knowledge or experience based on what like I see. And if I don't know, I'll ask other people who have already experienced it or do know. So, you can make an informed decision, not based on Google, based on practical knowledge or experience or wisdom from people who are doing it, and then how it relates to your business model, and most important to you as a person. So thanks a lot for watching this, and then we'll look forward to seeing your comments, and then you'll have a great day and enjoy your weekend. Thanks.